Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
What is going on? How y'all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and this is a brief review of this past Friday night's episode of SmackDown. The November 3rd, 2023 edition of SmackDown, and it took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is going to be a very quick review because not much really happened on SmackDown. It was pre-taped as everybody was on their way to Saudi Arabia, or was probably arriving in Saudi Arabia and already there once this show aired. Probably sleeping, to be honest. So this was pre-taped. So it was usually usually the SmackDown the week before. Afterwards, they would tape it. So of course the crowd may not be as into it. Maybe some piped-in noises still. Who the heck knows? But there wasn't much that really happened. Just more so of this is happening Saturday, we already know. This is happening Saturday, we already know. So, nothing really progressing. The only thing that I was actually a little bit intrigued by, I would say, is the segment with John Cena and Sikoa. So, what we're going to do is we're going to record this right now. I'm going to take a quick break and take a shower after that. And I'm going to try before I go to bed to do my Crown Jewel review as well. That because I have next few weeks are going to be busy. I'm going to try to get, things done like as quickly as possible, efficiently. Try to get some more content up because I did not get to do anything this weekend. I was hoping to do some more video game stuff I didn't get to, unfortunately, but it happens. I still got to spend a week with my wife and my nephews, my family today. It's worth it. But of course, I would still like to be committed to the channel a little bit, to get to the 2,000 subscriber mark. We've gotten 50 away. But hopefully we'll get there by the end of the year. If not, we'll get there next year. No biggie. Let's roll and talk about SmackDown real quick. Again, it took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Open up with a promo from L.A. Knight. Yeah, he comes out, wants to talk to us about Roman's near 1,200-day title reign. Impressive, but it was impressive how quickly that it could end. Talks about how Roman came down here last week and ate the BFT, and it won't be any different at Crown Jewel tomorrow. Basically, he said he's going to come down and take over everything Roman stands for and thinks he's owned the past 3 years. Yeah. Roman Reigns comes out and typical Roman Reigns stuff and says, he expected someone to step up while he was gone, but he never thought, of course, it would be LA Knight. And again, this says a thing of like, who do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. All this and that. They talk their trash. And then they are basically like just like in each other's faces. And then Nick Aldis with a bunch of referees try to break them apart. Basically one last little, face-to-face. Nothing really new to really address here. Like I said, the card for Crown Jewel was pretty set 2 weeks ago. And because of that, again, these last 2 weeks have been very filler, pretty much. Kind of repetition, but it wasn't harmless. It's like, you missed nothing, basically. So we have that. We have Austin Theory taking on Kevin Owens in a match because Kevin Owens punched both Austin Theory and Grayson Waller in the face at once last week. And Kevin Owens won. Maybe set up something for Survivor Series. Some people say based off that stare down he had with Logan Paul last week, they're eventually going to do a program with him and Logan Paul. Maybe, we'll see, who knows. But there was that on there. Bianca Belair had a backstage interview. She's going to be the main event in a one-on-one match against Damage Control's leader, Bayley. During that interview, though, she was blindsided by Damage Control, and then, of course, Nick Aldis broke them up. He then later advised Bayley that her match, Damage Control, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai will be barred from ringside in the main event. Now, this one was interesting. So we have Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits hanging out with Logan Paul and putting him over for taking it to Ray last week. And they hope to see more of that tomorrow because he'll be taking on Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. Now, while this is going on, B-Fab rolled up. Now, of course, me, because she's been hyped up so much, I thought at first it was Jade Cargill. But then, of course, afterwards, we're like, wait, no, that was B-Fab. So, looks like they're teasing maybe B-Fab being the female member of Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits group. Honestly, I'd rather it be Bianca because she really needs that heel turn. If they go with B-Fab, though, it could be interesting because they didn't release her and Ashante the Adonis League. Pun intended, of course. Well, I was going there. They may want to send Ashante back to NXT. I just don't really see him as a single star right now. Maybe not even either B-Fab either, but it could give her something else to do since Hit Row was a bust. And they released Top Dollar, which I'm still surprised they didn't release all of Hit Row, but they're still here. Triple H will make use for them. He will find something for them to do. So B-Fab joining Bobby Lashley's group, okay, but I still rather it be Bianca, but she wanted to speak private with Bobby for a moment. We had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven taking on Shotzi Blackheart and a partner of her choosing, which was Charlotte Flair. Yay. And Charlotte and Shotzi won with a big move from Charlotte onto Chelsea Green. Okay. So I guess they'll have a match for the tag titles, which they've had Shotzi and Charlotte team up a few times anymore. Don't know if that means they get a tag title shot, but who knows. My favorite part of this episode was definitely this segment with John Cena and Solo Sikoa. So first, Heyman and Solo came out. They get into the ring, Heyman does his usual intro, and they say that this is the end of days for John Cena's career. And it's his fault too, because he picked a fight with the Bloodline when he came back. And Roman Reigns called the shots. And he turned to the Enforcer. He goes on and on for a bit, but then Solo stops him and says, they didn't come here to talk. They came here to talk to, they didn't come here to talk to these people. They came here to talk to John Cena. Which out comes the greatest of all time, as he's been billed as. One of the greatest of all time, but not the greatest of all time. But Cena comes out, and Solo's like, yo, I'm pissed off. I have to wait till tomorrow to fight you. But he's got orders from the tribal chief to give him the microphone so he can say goodbye to the crowd while he still can. Cena takes the mic with a hoarse voice, but he says he realizes who he's in the ring with. If that's all Solo can bring to the table after a year of waiting to hear him speak, he can do this with half a voice, and it'll only take him 90 seconds to cook him. Because, Cena has a habit of roasting people, cooking them, shrinking them down to size like he did with Austin Theory earlier this year, and he still, in my opinion, has not recovered. He's going to say goodbye, but not to them. For them. We know the only reason that Solo has a job because of his cousin. And we all know he's walking around like some badass enforcer when he's just a bargain basement Taz. Tape that thumb up real tight, because the only place it's going to go in tomorrow is right up his ass. And he's like, that should have been 90 seconds right there. So, make it quick. Got out there. We finally heard Solo talk, too. We don't hear him talk too often. We'll talk about the match, of course, when we get to the Crown Jewel review. Damage Control was backstage. Of course, this is when Nick Aldis told them that that Damage Control was barred from ringside in the main event. Brawlin Brutes took on Pretty Deadly in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. You know, the stipulation's fun. Again, still don't get Pretty Deadly, but whatever. They seem to have more of like a psychology element to them that does kind of make them decent, but I don't know. The attire and everything, I still think is disgusting in my opinion. But Pretty Deadly do get the win with an avalanche spilt milk through a table on Butch. Can we please call him Pete Dunne now? Please? Nick Aldis ran into Paul Heyman backstage. Nick said make it quick because he has a weigh-in to go to with Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. Heyman tells him to make sure plenty of medical personnel are in attendance tomorrow because this is the most savage version of Roman Reigns there's ever been. I think when we get to the Crown Jewel review, it's going to be more so Solo is more savage than Roman, in my opinion. We had the weigh-in. Logan weighed in at 213 pounds. Rey weighed in at 175. They did a little face-off, talked some trash, and then they still kind of brawled a little and broke it apart. And then in the main event, Bianca beat Bayley, and then after the match, hit her with a KOD into the announce table. That's it. Again, it was pre-taped. Nothing too special happened. I watched this recap. I gave it a C because nothing really advanced it. The only thing that kind of stood out was just that brief promo with John Cena and Solo Sikoa. Everything else was just there. So that's SmackDown. Again, very, very quick thoughts. Wanted to upload onto here. And that's all we got for this. But of course, we will go live here, maybe about an hour, hopefully less. Talk about my WWE Crown Jewel review from 2023. And then until then, guys, what are your thoughts on SmackDown? I gave it a C. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Club of the Man 1990. I'm sorry. Twitter is the Club of the Man 93. You may also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys very soon. I'll catch you guys all very soon. I repeat myself not millions of times, so I'm just going to go now. If I don't catch you live, have a good night. I'll do peace out or I lose my mind. Anyways, in order to be superior to the man, or the king, as my shirt says, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not just an opinion. That is a fact of life. Yeah!